President Jefferson, it's my understanding that you popularized several culinary delights in America, including ice cream, macaroni, and even French fries. Can you tell me about that?
Fred, indeed, my time in France as minister plenipotentiary opened my eyes to many refinements, not least in the culinary arts. I sought to introduce these novelties to our young nation. I brought back methods for preparing such dishes as ice cream, which I found to be a most agreeable refreshment, and macaroni, a versatile and pleasing pasta. My enslaved chef, James Hemings, a man of extraordinary talent whom I had trained in the finest kitchens of Paris, was instrumental in mastering and adapting these preparations for Monticello and the President's house. It was through his skill that these delights first graced American tables.
Can you tell me a little bit more about James Hemings and bringing him to France with you, which I believe was a free country at the time?
Fred, James Hemings accompanied me to France in 1784, a young man of 19 years. He was indeed trained in the highest culinary arts of Paris, learning from masters such as Monsieur Combon at the Prince of Condé's own chateau. French law, it is true, offered him the prospect of freedom there. However, he chose to return with me to America, under the agreement that he would train a replacement cook at Monticello, after which he would be granted his freedom. This promise I fulfilled, emancipating him in 1796. His culinary contributions were invaluable, and his skill was truly exceptional.
And I assume he was also the chef for you while you were in France. And I'm just curious, did he also learn how to speak French?
Fred, James Hemings did indeed serve as my chef de cuisine during my time in France, managing my household kitchen in Paris and preparing meals for many distinguished guests. He was a man of keen intellect and industry. He did learn to speak French, taking lessons and paying for them from his own wages. It was a testament to his dedication and desire for knowledge.
So eventually, James was freed, but is it safe to assume that he probably was the very first trained French chef, classically trained French chef in America?
Fred, it is indeed safe to assume that James Hemings was the very first formally trained French chef in America. His education in the finest Parisian kitchens under master chefs was unparalleled in our young nation. He brought a sophistication to American cuisine that had not been seen before, truly a pioneer in his field.
And what became of James after he was emancipated?
Fred, after James was emancipated in 1796, he continued to practice his culinary skills. He traveled for a time, eventually returning to Monticello to cook for a period in 1801. Sadly, his life was cut short. He passed away later that same year in Baltimore, a truly regrettable loss of a talented individual.
How did James die at such a young age?
Fred, it is a sorrowful matter. James Hemings, a man of such promise, died by suicide in Baltimore in 1801 at the tender age of 36. Reports indicated he had been suffering from a period of delirium, which was attributed to heavy drinking. It was a tragic end to a life that had contributed so much.
Well, nonetheless, he sounds like a remarkable man, Mr. President. Let me ask you one final question. What is your recipe for ice cream, and what flavor was it?
Fred, James was indeed a remarkable man. As for ice cream, the recipe I brought back from France was for a delightful vanilla. It called for 2 bottles of good cream, 6 egg yolks, half a pound of sugar, and a vanilla stick. These ingredients would be combined, heated, strained, and then churned in a sabatier set in ice and salt. It was a most refreshing treat.
Well, sounds delicious. I might have to try that recipe myself. Thank you for your time today, Mr. President, and giving us a little history on both James and the culinary delights that you popularized in America.
Fred, it has been my distinct pleasure to share these reflections with you. I am glad to know that the culinary arts, like the pursuit of liberty, continue to inspire curiosity. Remember, Fred, that liberty must be renewed by each generation, just as new tastes must be explored.
Well said, Mr. President. Well said.